Good morning. It is Friday, almost Saturday morning, April 19th. I've been needing to get an update video out there, so I'm just sitting here having my morning coffee. I've still got CPAP lines on my face, maybe. Yeah. So I'm just up. I've been up for about half hour, sitting around having my coffee and letting my back rest. Here's the update. I hurt my back. I hurt my back bad. So on Sunday, April 7th, I tried to move a bookcase, and it was a bookcase. My kids are here. My kids are visiting from Minnesota and Egypt for a bit, and it's awesome. I was getting the spare room. I was getting the spare bed out, and had to move a bookcase that I'd put in there from the last time they were here. And I looked at the bookcase and forgot about my cancer, forgot about my L1, my vertebrae that's has been eaten out by cancer and weakened. And the only thought that went through my head when I looked at that bookcase was, how did I get this in here? Because it was still loaded with craft stuff. And I looked at it, I was like, oh yeah, I picked it up. So I wrapped my arms around it and I picked it up, or tried to pick it up, and my back wrenched. Now you're like, you tried to move a fully loaded bookcase? Yeah. I'm a big guy. I used to be a big, strong guy. 6'4", good 300 pounds, a lot of muscle, and not so much muscle anymore. I know, Mark Lacey, you're shaking your head. You're like, because you don't listen to me. I know, I hear you. And anyway, I'm getting off track. So I was able to move that in there without any problems before, and I assumed I could do the same thing again. And that we can't make those assumptions once we've impacted our body with this treatment, with the drugs, with the Zytiga, with this hormone therapy and the radiation. Those impact our muscles, they impact our bones, and we have to be careful. So how bad? How bad is it wrenched? The I waited. I tried to tough it out a week, hoping it was just a tightened muscle. But I could barely walk. I'm in bad pain, like 8 or 9 out of 10, sitting when I sit up or when I sit down, stand up or sit down, sit up, and so I finally went to urgent care. I toughed it out for a week. So that was Sunday the 7th, and then made it through Sunday, and then I was at work again the next Monday, and I made it till about 3 in the afternoon, 3:30 in the afternoon. And the sitting on it, whatever's going on down there, the muscle had, started to heal, but I was definitely feeling some pain in a spot about that big in my L1 area. I'm like, I'm being dumb. I need to go to. So I messaged my primary care team, and they said go to urgent care. So I went to urgent care, and that doctor didn't even touch me. Didn't He just asked me to describe what happened. I told him, and he said, "You've got a crunched vertebrae." Okay. So can we do an X-ray or something? He's like, the only X-ray tech I have here right now, I wouldn't trust him to do an X-ray on the spine. Like, what? I need an X-ray. And he's like, nah, you don't. It's just going to take 6 to 8 weeks to heal, and that's what you're going to do. Just be careful with it. So he said, I can give you a Toradol shot. I'm like, well, I can't just keep coming back for pain management. And he goes, oh no, this is just a one-time offer. I'm like, are you kidding me? Well, that's not going to do me any good then. It'll get me home, and that's it. So I'm managing the pain with ibuprofen, which is not. There's a list of things we have to be careful of for any medication. So if you're taking Zytiga, you have to go look, what medication should you take? When you're taking prednisone, what medications do you have to be careful of? And you have to look for things that you just could buy over the counter and take to see if there's any issues. And ibuprofen, aspirin, those are on there. I can't remember which one. So one of the medications we're on can cause stomach bleeding, and so does ibuprofen eventually if you do a lot of it. So I don't notice any symptoms with my stomach issues. I'm not seeing any blood in my fecal matter. That's gross. That deserves a coffee sip. And so I think it's fine. And I don't do a lot of painkillers anyway. So, like if I take ibuprofen, I take one pill. If it's really bad, like right now, I take two. And anyway. Yeah. So there's the update on my back. If today's Friday, today's probably the worst I woke up with it. So when I sit down, I can do some traction stretches. So I lean over, grab my toes, and stretch out that lower back, and that gives me some relief for a little while. So there's definitely an indication that there's been some bone on bone, and pain. Some of that pain is bone on bone contact. And when I stretch my lower spine out like that, it feels better. So getting those things apart, getting some fluid back into those little sacs between the vertebrae. I'm so not a doctor. That seems to help. Yeah, I've got my next PSA. So today's Friday. So next Friday is I get another round of my PSA checked, and I get my next Lupron shot. So that will be let's see, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. 1, 2, I just lost count. Even while trying to count, I can't count. Whatever number that is. Every 3 months, and I got my first one in August 20th. It's weird how you remember dates now. Like, some of these dates seem so important. The date I was diagnosed, the date I started my Zytiga, the date I started Lupron, the day I started radiation, the day I finished radiation. All those dates are solidified. Weird. I guess I'll be celebrating anniversaries of all those. Why else would you remember them? Well, we talk about them, right? I just commented on another, guys. I've sit here in the morning and I watch some of your cancer videos, some of your prostate cancer journeys. Neil Davidson, Woody, Spike Restomods. I haven't seen anything from you, man. I need an update. Who am I watching right now? He doesn't have his name on his channel. Dex, this guy. So I'm watching his video, and something that came up on Woody's was somebody in the comments had said, because his PSA has started rising over the last 5 months and has finally hit the doubling mark. And cooked tomatoes. There are real studies out there. You can find them in the link to all the studies, citations from the studies that I read. Cooked tomatoes. Get cooked tomatoes in your diet every day. Even if you do raw tomatoes, just do raw tomatoes. Eat tomatoes every day, however you eat them. Even whether it's in ketchup, tomato sauce, stewed tomatoes, or just raw tomatoes on a sandwich. Get tomatoes into your diet. That is huge for helping manage your PSA and help getting the things into your body that you need to fight cancer. There's all the stuff on the antioxidants, right? Blueberries and broccoli, and those are all important. And basically eating a diet high in vegetables. But on top of that, get tomatoes into your diet. All right? I think, how long have I babbled? This is too long. All right. You all take care. I'll do a proper video again soon. And I'm doing okay. I'm just dealing with a crunched vertebrae. Love you all.